love a simp, and I was just talking about this to a guy that I'm talking to the other day. I love him. You call him a simp, I call him a king. That's my man, my man, my man. If you're not gonna simp for me, if you too busy keeping it cool and acting nonchalant, you need to keep it over there, because I'm not interested.
Also now, since men have some self-respect, have things going on for themselves, know how to say no to a woman without further explanation, because remember ladies, no is a whole sentence. Now that you want to feel some type of way about it, now you want to say, I prefer a simp over a man who has boundaries, self-respect, and requirements on a woman. And I will tell you why. Women don't like to be told no. Women don't like rejection. Women, of course, we all know, really don't want to put in any work and effort into the relationship except for their looks, because that's the only thing they have to bring to the table, remember? So if your woman really has to step up to the plate and keep up with a man's requirements and requests, that's really a piece of work. And that's going to be the title of today's video. Women hate the red pill content, and we're going to get into why. Of course, responding to a couple of videos, and you let me know in the comment section who you would agree with. I mean, I already know the answer, obviously, but still, I just like to go back and forth with you guys, and you already know that I absolutely love our communication. So I hope you are ready. I hope you're sitting back, you are relaxing. Have a great weekend, and also thank you all so much for your support. I love the interaction with you guys. Let's keep it pushing, because we got a lot to talk about.
Hey ladies, in a world where men are consuming this like weird red pill content, and you really like you don't know if that's how they are until they start talking, it's some words you need to listen out for. Soon as I hear the word modern woman come out of a man's mouth, I'm sprinting away. I'm sprinting.
Hold it right there. Of course, I'm going to have to disagree, because there's nothing wrong with the term modern woman. Even if a man uses the term modern woman, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know why she would feel offended, because I'm a modern woman. It's a modern society. We don't live with the Flintstones anymore, obviously. It's a modern time that we live in. You know, we are advanced in certain ways. In some ways, we are not. But here's the thing about it. If you are a woman in a modern society with traditional values, that's what's a flex, in my opinion. That is a flex, because now that you know how to carry yourself in this modern society, you go to work, you have your career, you have your network, you have your friends, you are doing all of these things, but yet you also know the role of a woman in a relationship, meaning you know how to respect yourself, you know how to respect your partner, you know how to care for yourself and your partner. Everything society is telling us women, what a modern woman has to do in order to be a successful modern woman, has to be left by the door the moment we come home to our partner. Because even if you are an HR department, a leading female supervisor, then you're gonna have to leave all that I'm the boss stuff by the door, because you cannot come home with the same attitude that you have towards your employees, your team members at the job. Come home and try to control your man. That's not going to work. That's why your title, your career, how you behave at work is all gonna have to stay outside.
What other words? Alpha male? Absolutely not. If he starts talking about a high value man, absolutely not. Oh, body count? You're out of here. You're so far out of here, bro. First of all, even if he's not a red pill, if he used the word body count, you might not necessarily be into red pill content, but you're too old to be asking about that. You're way too old to be asking about that. You're weird. This is another one that might not necessarily be a red pill red flag, but it's still a red flag to me. You start talking about how like I like asking men about their past relationships, because it gives you good insight to who they are. And if you start saying like, oh, my old girl didn't listen to me, like she just wouldn't listen, or she wouldn't let me lead, I'm not interested in you anymore. I'm sorry. Why do you feel like you need to lead a grown woman? Why does a grown woman with bodily autonomy and self-control need another grown man to tell me what to do and I have to listen? What? Like, I'm clutching my pearls right now. What are you talking?
So basically, women write the script of the relationship, and you're going to have to act according to that, because if you don't, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be bumping heads all of the time, and worst case scenario for maybe the woman, because for men sometimes it is not the worst case scenario if the relationship breaks up. I don't know why a lot of women have such big trouble with accepting the fact that men are there to lead. When I say that, men also have to lead by example, meaning You can't have any alcohol problems. You can't have any drug problems. You can't be, involved with domestic violence. If you want to ask a woman about her body count, you also should be responsible with your sexuality, meaning don't get multiple women pregnant and then don't care for those babies, because men are out there doing that. But really, it is always so funny to me how women have all of these lists of red flags when it comes to men, but never ever see their own red flags.
If he starts calling men simps, absolutely not. I love a simp, and I was just talking about this to a guy that I'm talking to the other day. I love him. You call him a simp, I call him a king. That's my man. My man, my man. If you're not gonna simp for me, if you too busy keeping it cool and acting nonchalant, you need to keep it over there, because I'm not interested at all. And this last one might not necessarily be a red pill, red flag, but if you talk down on single mothers, because some men will find a way to somehow work that into the conversation, or women that don't have a relationship with their dads, you're out of here.
It really seems like a lot of women are trying to create their perfect partner, because if you don't fit into that certain category and bring a couple of features and a certain amount of money to the table, then you are not fit to be a real man for a real boss babe woman. It's really upsetting, because at the end of the day, I feel as though that men are being, how can I say this? They are being put into a situation where they have to act. A lot of them cannot even be themselves, because now men are trying to be themselves again, stand up for themselves. A lot of women don't like it, because society is telling these men, you have to chase a woman, you have to treat her like a princess. She is the queen of the household and all of these things, which put women into a very comfortable situation, saying, I work, I pay my bills, I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man, I want a man. But when in return, a man pays his bills, his car note, has good credit and a job, it's not good enough. I mean, the double standard kills me. And 7 times out of 10, a woman will not have a relationship with her father because her mother would weaponize the child against the baby daddy. I mean, is it true or not? Of course, you have fathers who don't care about their children because they're just not simply made to be fathers. And then you have fathers who want to be involved in the child's life, but the woman is saying, no, you're a deadbeat dad. You're not good enough. You don't do nothing for your child. This is my child. I mean, how is the father supposed to be in a child's life if the woman is constantly doing everything in order to prevent exactly that? Also, a lot of men never had a father in their lives. Why? Because their mother was preventing their father to be in the child's life too.
Women are mad at the fact that they're starting to find themselves singles as a result of their boyfriend starting to consume red pill content. That's a trend now on TikTok. I've seen a bunch of videos that went viral about their women telling the story about the relationship ended as a result of their boyfriend started to consume red pill content. Now listen, don't get me wrong. Me personally, I'm not a fan of that kind of content. I feel like it's toxic. I feel like the content creators are weirdos and creeps. You know what I'm saying? But.
Hold on for a second. Isn't it funny that everything that a man does for himself, it is weird. It's a red flag. It shouldn't be this way. It's misogynistic. It's like living 50 years ago. Now it's 2024, almost 2025. Everything's equal rights. And now that you have a lot of men creating guidelines, assisting a lot of young men or even older men how to change in order to better for themselves, how to respect themselves again. Now all of these guys are weirdos. It's just so funny to me that everything society pushes that's for a woman is a good thing. But everything that society is hearing and seeing about men trying to do better for themselves is a red flag.
But two things could be true at once, you know, and they are pointing to a lot of truths about how toxic some women are. So these dudes are running into this type of content, man, and they're stressed out in their relationship and whatever situation they're in, and they're like, oh man, they're talking about me. Wait, so you're telling me that I don't gotta put up with this? I don't have to deal with this? Wait, I can stand up for myself? Because a lot of these dudes are insecure, man. They have a low self-esteem, so they feel like it's almost like there's an expectation on the relationship for the woman to be able to disrespect them, you know? So they're starting to stand up for themselves, and the women, they ain't liking it. Oh, hell no, man. What, you think you can stand up to me? What, you think you can make them mad? No. You do what I tell you, and that's what it's gonna be. You know, the happy wife, happy life type mentality. And these dudes are like, hell no, I'm a man. I'm an alpha male.
And with that, I fully agree. I'm not saying a woman has to be to 100% depending on a man. Of course, we are individuals. We know how to think, move, walk, talk, and do all of these things. I understand that. But at the end of the day, women want to do what they want. No ifs, no buts, no restrictions. So if you are married, if you're in a relationship, you can't go to a hot girl summer. I'm sorry. We all see what they do on there. We all see how they behave on these vacations. And multiple women are coming back pregnant from these vacations.
It's okay for a man to sleep with X amount of women, but when it comes to a woman, and excuse me for using this term, if she has a high body count, then this is not something that is praiseworthy.
A woman's anatomy is not even designed to have multiple partners, especially not at the same time. But of course, we are living during times in a society where a lot of people praise a woman having a high body count. Women have no problem admitting it. Women are proud of the fact that they have a high body count because now they're experienced. They do what they want, who they want it with, wherever they want to. But I'm going to tell you one thing, ladies. Having a body count also comes with a price. Not that only you are taking a piece of every random dude that you are spreading your legs to, you're also giving away a piece of yourself every time you sleep around with some men that you barely even know. And you're also damaging yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and also emotionally.
The reason my husband left is because he wants to find himself and live his own life and figure out what it's like to be independent again. I actually told him yesterday that I think it's really shitty that he couldn't have done that while he was still committed to me and in a relationship. I don't understand this, but maybe some of y'all do. I did say before that or around that time, I don't fucking know, that like I don't know. I told him I do hope he finds himself because the man I married would not have been acting.
That is another possible outcome or consequence, if you want to say, of the red pill content, because now men are also saying, just like a lot of women, if the situation does not benefit me, I'm going to remove myself from that relationship. Now, I don't know what happened between these two guys behind the scenes, but this can happen. And let me tell you one thing, when a man is on a mission, that man is going to be on a mission. I don't care what his mission is, but there's no looking back, there's no turning back. That man has goals and he's going to have to do everything that he can in order to meet his personal goals. And I'm also going to have to admit, especially for those couples who have been in a relationship for several years now, ladies, we tend to put in more effort into our looks before we post a picture on Instagram compared to being with our partners. That's a fact. I mean, we have to keep up certain things and we have to keep up certain traditions in order to still be interesting and attractive for our partners. But to sum it all up, women don't like the red pill content because now they have to bring more to the table besides their looks. But if you do notice changes in your partner, please address the whole situation. And also, as far as you gentlemen, when you want to be part of the red pill content and now you are noticing differences between the relationship that you have been in and what you really request for the future, you need to sit your woman down and talk to her, and not in an aggressive way, because that woman has been by your side all this time and now you want to change. Now you have different requirements and requests. You have to see if she's able to fulfill those. And that requires open, honest, and transparent conversations. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a comment, you leave a like. Make sure you share this video with your friends and family who you think can learn from this. Other than that, thank you so much for staying loyal to my channel and helping it to grow and also spreading our message. Make sure you stay safe in the streets, and again, have a wonderful weekend and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you all so much.